So I've been trying to shoot out about a video per week, but I've been kind of struggling with that because the next video that I wanted to make was killing the Spectral Knight. Now I do think I could probably kill him tonight or tomorrow and edit a video and send it out the next day, but I just watched a video by DemoMan0351 and it wasn't what I was expecting. I got on the Dark and Darker Discord and went to the announcements, and it looks like they've nerfed Druid. Now, I kind of want to talk about that, and I kind of wanted to talk about the overall game development of Dark and Darker a little bit. First things first is whenever I haven't had a ton of time. I've been busy, and so I haven't had time to edit anything or really record anything, and in the little bit of time that I have had recording, I pretty much try to get to the Spectral Knight and get into a bunch of PvP encounters, and I thought I would edit some of that together and send it out as a video, but PvP in this game is kind of boring. In one of the first clips, there's a bard and I think another bard. I don't know if it was another bard or one of them was a ranger or something, but it's literally me chasing them in and out a door on the left and in and out a door on the right, and I can't catch either of them, and my teammate really isn't helping too much, but he's really slow as well, and he can't catch them, and I'm a druid, and I can't catch them. Anytime I tried to panther jump, there was something in the way, and I couldn't get to bear in time because they move quick enough where they can walk out of my reach. But PvP in this game, playing it is fun. Playing it's a lot of fun, but watching it is so tedious. So I tried to put a video together about that, but my mic's been weird lately, and I think I just fixed it, so hopefully this audio is coming through fine. But it wasn't fun to watch, and it wasn't fun to listen to. And I wanted to get I wanted to show my first attempt at Spectral Knight, and then my last attempt at Spectral Knight, where I kill him. I haven't, kind of like my Cave Troll video, but I can't do that. I can't do that because I originally bought this game probably a year ago when it was like first released for early access. I watched a YouTuber play it. It was probably like cartoons or something, and said, "That's awesome. I love that idea. I want to go support this game." I bought this game. I didn't have a lot of money. Okay. I bought this game because I wanted to support this game. Not just because I wanted to play this game. I wanted to support this game. And I regret that decision. I regret that decision because it feels like being a player of this game is torture. It feels like I went to go support this game dev, and that game dev has smashed a chair over my head, or smashed a bottle. Like he caught lightning in a bottle and smashed it over my head. That's what it feels like. And I'm not the only person who feels this way, but I don't think I want to play the game anymore because I don't like supporting games that make me feel like this. The reason I got back into this game about a month ago is because Hunt Showdown, my favorite game of all time, I got like 800 hours on it. I don't want to play Hunt Showdown anymore because they're updating the games that I think is making the game worse. They've done it for 2 years now, and I don't want to keep playing their game if they're going to keep making decisions that make the game less fun for me. Now, I'm not saying that every game dev should tailor their game to the exact needs of me. Obviously, I understand. I'm not mad at Hunt. I'm a little frustrated, but it's not. A lot of people are enjoying the updates that they're putting out. Dark and Darker, I can't say the same. I feel like Dark and Darker, I get it's an early access game. I get there's a lot of experimentation, but what your game is basically a looter shooter. Now, I know it's obviously not shooter, but it's a looter. It's a dungeon crawl looting game. And in your most recent Outburst and patch notes, but also Outburst by the, I'm losing the word here, but the owner of the game, you've said you want to make it possible for 1v3s, which I'm like, sure, you know? Don't make it crazy, but I guess, sure. Yeah, I definitely don't want to feel like there's no way I can win a 1v3. I already think there is, but I get where that part comes from. But you're also going to say, I don't want good gear to be the determining factor of a fight. I want somebody with not so good gear to be able to kill somebody with good gear. And I can't, with the way your game is currently set up, I cannot agree with that. Because that's absurd, because if I were to go kill the High Roller Wyvern, if I took hundreds of hours to learn, or let's just say 100 hours to learn the Wyvern, and then I went and I killed the Wyvern, and that in itself takes, 20 minutes, because you're waiting 13 minutes in the ice level, and then once you go down, the time it takes is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. And that's assuming, this is assuming you succeed every single time, okay? You have, a 5% chance of getting a unique. So let's say you kill the Wyvern. Let's say you kill it 10 times, okay? You've spent hours grinding out the Wyvern to try and get a unique. You finally get a unique, okay? You're telling me that person who just spent 8 hours plus the 100 hours that it took to actually learn the Wyvern, he spent all of that time and shouldn't get a significant advantage? That's ridiculous. Nobody in green or blue gear should be able to kill somebody that has a unique or legendary gear. That's an insane thought. Your game is based around gear, okay? And here's another problem. Let's say I farm the Wyvern. It takes me 8 hours. I finally get a unique. The rolls on it are like magical it's like a bow with magical interaction speed or some other crap. It's Napoleon with, I think that's how you say it, with magical interaction speed and all these crap rolls. That's ridiculous, because then now you gotta spend another 8 hours to go and to farm the Wyvern again to try to get another artifact that hopefully has better rolls than the one you just got. Okay, I've killed Cave Troll at least 10 times by now, most likely more. I've never seen Troll Pelt. So, assuming that you're going to get a unique every 20 Wyvern kills is a bad assumption, because there's a good chance you don't. And even if you get one, it's probably going to be shit. And then you're going to make that gear less valuable and say, oh, green-geared players, blue-geared players should be able to kill this person. That is insane. That is insane. That is the devs making gear less and less valuable. So then why would I ever go in with gear? Why won't I just inflate my gear score, use shitty gear, and go rat out the people with more gear? And that's how people are going to look at this. And then all of a sudden you're going to have lobbies where nobody has any good gear because everyone was inflating their gear score so that they could try to take out the big guy and win the lottery. It's just a ridiculous premise that I don't think was thought through very well, if it was thought about at all. And maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I always like to make sure it's understood that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, okay? But that's insane. That's ridiculous. Your entire game is based around gear, and yet you're making gear less and less valuable and making me want to go and get good gear less. It makes me want to learn the Wyvern less. And so that's why I don't think I'm going to go and kill the Spectral Knight and make a video on that, because I don't want to play the game anymore. It's as simple as that. The one thing keeping me tied to this game was how fun Druid was to play. Now, I didn't get 3, 4, or 5 kills every match. I struggled to get kills because I'm playing in below 25 most of the time when I'm doing these boss runs. Now, if I put on gear, sure, I can get a kill or two. It's nice. I still most of the time die, especially with random teammates, or even if I go in solo, but really, really, it's just painful. It's painful to watch them butcher this game. And I don't want to be here for that anymore. And so I'll do what I did last time. I played the game for about a month or two when it first came out on early access. This exact same thing happened, and I left. I went and I played other games, and I enjoyed myself. And I don't see another solution here. And maybe I'll come back in a year. Maybe I'll come back in a year and it'll be fixed. Everything's fun. Maybe I'll come back in a week. Maybe they'll revert some changes and I'll go, you know what? Okay, and I'll go back and start playing again. But, you know, you can't just nuke a class like that. And you can't just nuke the entire meaning of playing your game, which is acquiring gear. Because then nobody's gonna play your game. I feel like this should be a lot more obvious than it is, or than it seems to be. And again, this is just my 2 cents. I understand the Dark and Darker community, they're all very toxic. In the last week, I've seen people put up videos saying get rid of Rogue, like take Rogue out of the game. Why is Fighter doing more range damage than Ranger? Which is a valid point. Huge valid point. And other things, remove Druid, remove Warlock, I've seen remove Cleric. That's one I wasn't really expecting, but... And I think that's ridiculous. Ridiculous to take these creative designs and have them so fucked up that the community just wants them removed because you've done such a poor job of balancing and such a poor job of continuing to design these classes. Because that's the thing that a lot of people forget, is whenever they come out with a new class, let's just say Druid, because Druid's the newest class, the other classes still need to be designed around Druid, if that makes sense. Like when the game first came out, Warlock wasn't in the game, I don't think. Or at least it wasn't finished. Druid wasn't around. And all the classes were designed very well around each other. You know, Bard could help Cleric, but Bard couldn't do Cleric's job very well. Cleric could help, I don't know, Fighter. It could really help a lot of class. Well, it's Cleric, it's the main support class. But it couldn't do the job of a Fighter. We've gotten to a point where, like, Ranger is almost pointless because Fighter does more damage. Cleric can do just as well as Fighter in a Fighter position. Bard feels useless if you don't understand him, but apparently is really good if you do. You know, it's just backwards. It feels like it's just too much. It's too much. And I don't think they're handling it well. I think they're not thinking about other classes when designing classes, if that makes sense. Like, they make a change to Cleric, they don't think about how it's going to affect the rest of the roster. You make a change to Bard, you don't think how it's going to affect the rest of the roster. And it's just ridiculous. You can't even put classes on the same level anymore. You know, like, there's no way Ranger is anywhere close to the way Fighter is right now, or the way Warlock is. Even after the nerf, Warlock is still pretty insane. And they don't listen to any input. And I'm not saying, again, a lot of the Dark and Darker Discord is very toxic. But that's not to say they don't have a bright idea every once in a while. It just feels so useless and hopeless, and I can't continue to play that. I can't continue to do that. So, I am done. I am going to try to get into a different game or focus on something else. I'm still going to try to put out a video a week, even though I know I'm behind. And we'll see how it goes. But there's a good chance Dark and Darker is probably done on this channel for now, which probably doesn't mean anything to most people. But it means something to me. And sucks. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. I really wanted to get that out. Probably screaming into the void here because realistically, I don't think anyone's gonna watch this. Probably, you know, definitely not the whole thing. But hey, if you did stick around, I'm got some PvP to show off. I die in most of these clips, but I don't know. You're bored. Hey, if you're generous, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Maybe my newer content will be better. I try to mostly put up edited content. My last video is a good representation of what I want to try and do, but like I said, I've been busy. The video that I planned for this week has been completely sidetracked because of all this. Yeah. Anyways, enjoy what's left of the video. It's just some PvP. In the last clip, it's me fighting a lot of people. It was very confusing. I'm not really sure what's going on. Some of the people were friendly, a lot of them weren't. And halfway through the fight, I just decided I needed to kill the one other druid there. So, hey, enjoy. I don't know who's who, I don't know what's what. He sat there with it. Yes! I won. I had to win the druid duel.